Thanks for tuning in, you beautiful bastards. Today we are going to be making ourselves a life-size Jack Skellington mask. Underneath these layers of newspaper is a beach ball. Not unlike this beach ball. That was actually the first one I ordered, but I got the sizes wrong, so I had to order a bigger one, double the size. And the bin it's sitting on happens to be the exact same size as my head, so it fits over perfect. That's the size of the hole I'm going to be cutting out of there later. Get some PVA glue, strips of paper. When I first started this, I was using thick wallpaper paste for maybe the first 3 layers, and the 4th and the 5th layer I did using PVA glue. I've already did the other section about 20 minutes ago and let it dry, because PVA glue dries quicker than wallpaper paste. So I'm going to do the last section now. Get some PVA glue. Remember, and open the fucking thing. Run the PVA glue down the length of the strip so you know where you're putting it. Move that out the way. Get a paintbrush, drain all the excess water off, and just paint that glue all over the surface. Once that's coated, get your strip of paper and just paint it on. Nice and gentle. Don't worry if you get too many wrinkles or bubbles in it. Like just the small wrinkles and bubbles. They'll come out when it dries, kinda like wallpaper dries. Not the big bubbles, but the wee bubble. Now use a marker pen to mark off where the first strip was just put, because as you continue, it becomes hard to tell where you begun. It all kind of blends in with each other because it's all just strips of newspaper. Here's a tip for you. Start from the first strip there, and then work your way round that way, and that way, and that way. That way, you're not putting your hand in wet glue working the other way. Well, that's if you're right-handed. You don't have to dip the brush in the water all the time. You'll know when you need it. Now take your line and overlap the strip. The more you overlap it, the stronger it's going to be. And when you add more glue for your next strip of paper, you're already painting it over the top of the last strip of paper anyway. So it's more reinforcement at the end of the day. It strengthens it up. Now don't worry about putting the strips of paper right to the top there, because there's a whole section getting cut out around there for your head to go in. Now I'm going to work out how I want it to look now that the base of the head is ready to be worked on. Now when you paste this up, remember to leave that nozzle bit poking out so you don't have to fight to get it outside the inside of the ball. It'll make it easier to deflate it to pull it out. Now before we deflate it, we're going to have to mark off where the head's going to be. Well, where my head's going to be. Because that bin fits over my head perfectly, as you can see. Try and get it as centered as I can. Draw around that shit. Ooh. Give that nipple a good squeeze, man. And now, change the blades on fucking fix bayonets! No, I have to try and do this without chopping a bloody finger off. This is what happens when you put some extra layers on there, you toughen that shit right up. Now look at that, look how thick that is. That's at least a solid week and a half of putting newspaper on there. I'm going to have to reinforce that bit though, but we'll worry about that in a minute. Safety first. Now that I have this section cut out, I can get in there with the scissors. Snip, snip. Tidy that bit up in a minute. This is it now. Cut that, get rid of that section. We don't need that. And this is what we're left with. That should now fit over my head. Get some padding up there. And I still want my neck to show, so I'm going to need to get some white thing, ski mask or some shit. Now for reinforcements, get ourselves some small strips, and they're going to go over there to reinforce the arse of this. Now don't worry about getting this glue all over your fingers, because this is the same PVA glue you would deliberately cover your hands with anyway in high school and primary and stuff, so you could peel it off like an extra layer of skin. Like a snake shedding his skin. Extra little coating there. Now we have to do that all the way around the whole of the bottom of this. Glue there, and paint that on. Paint it on. Get another strip, and remember, you want to overlap this as well, so it's stronger. Paint it on the inside. There we go. When the whole thing's done, I'm going to coat it again with some more PVA glue. I'll get back to you in a minute. There we go. That's that reinforced. Looking lovely. Now working on the eyeballs. Happy with that. I am happy with that eye. Right, so I'm going to cut that out and use that eye as a template for the other eye, so the two of them are the exact same size. Fucking craft night, mate. Fix me in it! You fuck. Bob's your granny's son. Now I need to take that eye from that section, and I want it to be a reverse image, so I'll pop that out and then figure out where I want it to go and draw around it. There you go, simples. Now I know the two of them are the same size. Back to more PVA glue. Put some more wallpaper around the edges of these holes just to toughen them up a little bit. Keep them all strong. It would help if you fucking open it, Franco. There we go, that's the first eyeball done. Got to reinforce that one now. That's both eyeballs done. Been reinforced to fuck. With more paper and PVA glue. And I reinforced the bottom of it again last night. Just reinforce all the holes. Anything you put a knife to or cut a hole into, reinforce that with more fucking glue and wallpaper paste and paper. Now normally I would start by doing the nose first, and working my way out from there. But today, well, this week, the nose is going to be last, and I'm going to draw the mouth on, see if I'm happy where the mouth is situated and how that looks, then cut that out. Then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to build the nose. So I've drawn the mouth on, I'm kind of happy with that. Still got to cut it out though, and reinforce it like I did with the eyeballs. With some extra paper, PVA glue. I wonder how many times I've said paper and PVA glue so far. I'm not sure if I should cut this out now, before I do the nose, or do the nose first and then cut out the mouth. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the nose first. With everything that I do, I just wing it. So, I'm winging the nose here. What I think is going to be appropriate size for the nose. That triangle there, that's kinda where I'm working out where it's going to be. This wee triangle, I'm working on a bit of piece of card here. This wee triangle is clearly going to be my nose. I just have to cut this out and figure out how I'm going to work it onto the face. I'm just winging this, remember? Just making it up as I go along. I'm just X-winging it. That'll make sense in a video that's still to come. So I've cut out the nose template. Scratched the line in it there so I could fold it easier. And that, so they fold on themselves. And it's kind of going to be sitting there somewhere. Taped it together with some masking tape, so it's stronger. Folded the sides in, slapped some tape on. The triangle's the nostril part, clearly. That's going to sit about there. Maybe there, yep. Well, look, profile angle, you can see the shapes coming on nicely. So I've attached it there with some extra bits of masking tape. Some good old masking tape. And you can see now, yeah, the structure's taking shape. Now I'm going to go over that with some paper mâché. A whole bunch of layers to make sure it's as strong as the rest of the face. Because I don't want anybody poking my nose and breaking it. Because there's always some asshole at Halloween that tries to take your fucking mask off. So I need to make sure this is strong. And that's the first layer on the nose done. It's still going to take a few more layers. But yeah, it's going to take a couple of bits before it's proper, the right shape I want it to be. But how awesome is that looking? What I do need to do though is quickly get some more paper on here and get rid of this Hitler moustache. It doesn't help the fact that he's pure white. Right, so what I did here is I measured the eyebrows out from the side of the template of the actual eye. I got a bit of paper, I cut the shape out that I wanted, and I figured out where the fold was going to be, and I put some slits in it. So, like, I put a lot of slits in it to make it a lot easier to bend and manipulate. And now I'm going to attach these to the eyes, right there. I applied that with some tape. I'm happy where that's sitting. Now I need to put some paper mache on that. That eyebrow is done. And there's the other eyebrow attached. Now some more fucking PVA and paper, reinforce that. And sculpt a little bit more, because I think maybe, yeah, I need to smooth that into the head a little bit more. Yes, that is Judge Vinder in the background. What are you going to do about it? Sue me. I've still got to sculpt them from there into the head, so it's more flush and smoother. I got stuck in last night, as you could see. The eyebrows, though, seem to have caved in a little bit when they dried. But I think I need to make them bigger anyway. Yeah, I've decided to make them bigger. So what I did is, I just got a piece of paper, like I made an eyebrow. So I did this. Make sure both the sheets of paper you're using for each eyebrow are the same size. Wee bit of tape there, wee bit of tape there, fold it in the middle. Is that the same size? It is! Because I fucking measured it! And tape that onto the face now, above the original eyebrow. I want to give it a little bit more depth. Right, usual, tape on there, so I've tapped it on, tape on there, I've taped it on, I've left that bit poking out, and I've made sure this bit runs flush into the face. I think I'm happy with how they're situated. Just need to blend them into the head now. Right, usual. Be very fucking gentle with this bit. But it's looking pretty cool now, is it? Yeah, boy. I'm not even going to attempt to do the next eyebrow until this one's actually dried. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's turned out no bad. Just need to reinforce them a little bit more. And the nostrils are far too big. Oh, look, I've got a tear there. How the fuck did I manage that? Shit balls. Well, that's going to be a repair job. It's okay on that side. Fuck balls. Now, before you do anything, before you cut these teeth out, I've got a tip for you. Reinforce the teeth first with extra layers before you actually cut the teeth out. I figured this out the hard way. It makes it sturdier and it makes the bottom end be able to hold the weight of the top half a little bit sturdier. But as you can see, I've repaired that tear. I'm very happy with how it's turned out. Now this is the expensive PVA glue that I've been using, okay? And this stuff is actually inferior compared to this stuff. This is some cheap ass stuff as well. I've been topping the other bottle up with this stuff. PVA craft glue, no fancy labels. And I only paid 4 Green Queens for this bottle. A whole litre of this for 4 Green Queens from a shop called The Works. This stuff is fucking superior to this stuff. Yeah, don't get yourself that. Oh, and knock the dust off of that box. In here, we have ourselves a lovely bag of clay. Just like Mama used to make. No, I think I only need a little bit, right? About that much. And this is air drying clay, so you always have to remember to close the bloody bag up again. That's another thing I learnt the hard way a long time ago. Oh, boys and girls, I can't believe this, right? My camera froze while filming me filling the eyebrows up with clay. it wouldn't switch off, so I had to take the battery out and put it back in again. Now it won't power up. This whole fucking thing won't power up. As you can see, I'm already on YouTube trying to get myself some fucking tips to see if I could fix this or not. So for now, we're going to call this a two-parter video anyway. Well, we're going to call this a two-parter video anyway because of how long it's taken. But as you can see, here's the eyebrows that I've added the clay to. I've just filled in the holes with the clay, sculpted it a little bit more, and this is how it's looking now. I will try my very, very best to not add any more to this until I have some way of filming it so you could see the next process, the next stage of the process. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm about to go and cry over my dead camera. Stay tuned till next time. Ta-ta.